wow, some things today are just wow. I'm going to have some very interesting content coming up. I keep saying that. But yeah, some very like icky things today. Some also really good things. Another person who reached out to acknowledge like, hey, you're a freaking warrior that you like do everything by yourself. And like, by the way, like I recognize that you're on an island and you're dealing with some things by yourself and I'm here for you. Again, not like a friend, but this is now the second person in 2 days that has done that. And just a lot of things reminding me of who I am and like what's good about me. And that I have been seen and I have had some really positive impact on people. And like that's important to me because that's what guides me. That's my value system is like helping other people, raising other people up, advocating for other people, being a voice where other people maybe aren't comfortable or don't know how to articulate themselves. Like that's just who I am. And so it feels good to be seen for that. So enough about that. Let's talk about the boys. So the creepy guy that I told the other day, like I wasn't interested, reached out to ask why. And like, I hate that question. Like, I get it. Your feelings are hurt. I'm sorry. Like and maybe this is like the neurodivergent in me, but like, I think that this stuff is a lot of science. Like, I think that like it's pheromones. I just think that like there's certain people you're attracted to and certain people you aren't. And it's not a check the box activity. You can have the hottest guy in front of you and not be attracted to him, but everybody else thinks you should be. Or you could be like totally attracted to like a Cro-Magnon man, which I have been more than once. And all your friends are looking at you like, what? Like, where is that coming from? Like you're like, you crave this guy. Like we don't see it. And yeah, like if you look at a lot of things on paper, they don't make sense. So I think it's just science and pheromones and like you like what you like and you don't like what you don't like. And it's not personal. So asking me for reasons makes me think about like the things I don't like about you. And like, those don't mean there's anything wrong with you. Like those might be somebody else's perfect. And so like, there's no sense in like telling somebody things like that so that they can analyze themselves to think, oh, there's something wrong with me or there's something wrong with her. Like, it doesn't matter. It's not important. I learned this in like my late 20s, early 30s, like the opinions of boys, not important. They like what they like and what they don't like. And I feel the same way. And it's not something to lose sleep or cry over. It's just freaking pheromones. And I don't have them for this person. And there's no sense in going into that and explaining what facial expressions or comments or things led to it. Because again, that might be someone else's perfect. So don't change a thing about yourself. Don't feel bad. You should never feel bad. There shouldn't be shame in any of this. So hopefully he accepts that and like leaves it at that. That it was not personal, and it really wasn't. So then there's a ghost, right? So like, I'm like on, I don't know how many rosters of people that like came in strong and then ghosted. And so I'm hearing from one of them after a few weeks. So I'm guessing he's like run out of options. He's at the bottom of his list, probably. He like made plans with me and I was like, okay, I'll do that, and then disappeared, and then comes back like a week later and was like, sorry, let's try that again. And normally it's like one shot and you're out, but I don't care as much right now. So I was like, okay, fine, let's try this again. Ghosted. So then I'm like, okay, I'm really done with this guy, like over it. Well, he popped up again last night. And normally I would just ignore it, but then I'm like, you know what? Like I'm open to multiple buckets of people. There's like the fun bucket and then there's like the potential future bucket. And so if I've determined you're not like a potential future, you could still be fun bucket. So it remains to be seen if this plan actually plays out. I'll believe it when I see it, but he's now on his third plan. So that might happen this week. It might not, but we'll see. I don't think there's like terrible harm in trying. I have all my rules and like, whatnot, but I'm just kind of in an experimental phase right now and like fun bucket's wide open. But funny story, true story about how my parents like got together. They grew up near each other and like went to the same school. So they always knew each other. And they were working together at one point. And my dad had like tickets to a game and he like spent the whole day on the phone just calling girl after girl after girl asking like these girls to go with him to the game, and he was just getting turned down left and right. And my mom was still there at work on his way out. And he just kind of looks at her and he's like, I don't suppose you want to go, right? Like, totally like not romantic. And she's like, yeah. And they've been married for 58 years, happily married, best friends. He thinks that she is hot shit, and she is. He should think that. And she always has been. And so it is interesting. Like if she'd been like a rule person and been like, oh, I'm like last on this guy's list, why would I say yes to him? But she was just like, okay, whatever, we'll see what happens. And they've been married. Now, I'm not saying I think that, third time on the roster, twice ghosting is my future soulmate. Listen, I firmly believe that the way that these things start out and whatever effort they put in or don't put in is truly indicative of what a relationship would be like. So if they're already off to this kind of like start where they're not making me feel important and I'm just like on a list of people and like I have to be the one that makes all these decisions, that is probably what a relationship with them would be like. And like I have no interest in that. But if there's chemistry and you're fun, then maybe you can be in the fun bucket. Then there's the future potential that I'm talking to that's also trying to make plans. I say trying and all these qualifying words because I'll believe it when I see it, because they all just fail. But so far he seems promising and normal and like cool, and we have a lot in common, and it requires me behaving like an adult, which sometimes makes me nervous. That like my crazy might not be your crazy, or maybe it is. I don't know. We'll see. That one, I'm going to put in like the potential future bucket. But in the meantime, like if there is a fun thing to do, I'm going to do that. I've never done this sort of thing before where I'm balancing like multiple people at the same time, not because I have anything against it, but like for me, it's probably my ADHD where it's very much like one thing at a time. Trying to balance multiple guys. Like I can't sometimes remember their names or their ages, or I get things mixed up, or I can't remember what story I told to whom. And so it's hard for me to focus, but this time where I've compartmentalized and I have like the different buckets they could fit into, like I'm open to all of it at the same time, knowing that like if I do find like the future potential, then like the fun buckets have to go. But until then, I have no problem with the overlap. Boys have been doing it to me for years. And who do you think I learned all of this from? All the guys in my past. I've learned all these behaviors. I've learned shady shit. I have learned everything I am doing because I'm a student. I've always been a student. I was late in life on my master's degree because I wanted it, not because I needed it. So I'm constantly learning and studying people, and I'm picking up on things all the time. I watch everything and I hear everything, even if it doesn't seem that way. I can seem distracted, but it all settles in. So I learn, and I've learned game sees game, boys. So I'm out there doing what you do, and I'm probably going to do it better than you because I'm really freaking smart and I've watched you for like 30 years. And then I still have the other fun bucket guy. So basically, I have had conversations with 4 different guys this week. With one, I'm obviously crossing one off the list, but like, okay, so I'm balancing 3 guys in the same week, and like, so what? I deserve to have a good time. I deserve to have fun. I am very upfront. Like when I determine like that you're just fun bucket, then I'm telling them that, because like that I think has to be a consensual decision where like you both agree that there isn't going to be anything, so that everybody knows what's up. And then they also know that like and I'm telling them that like, oh, I'm also pursuing potentially longer term, more serious things. So they all know they're on a shelf life. Not that many of them, but there's a shelf life. They're aware of it. So I will potentially entertain the ghoster again. But I'm putting him in the fun bucket because I don't trust anything else. So we'll see what happens. But none of these things could play out this week, and I could end up with no plans because I think they're all very big talk, unreliable. Although the future potential guy, I don't want to rule that out. He's been very responsible and very respectful and very communicative. Again, that could totally fall apart. But we'll see. But yeah, guys, I've been watching you the whole time.